If you're a crypto holder, it is all being unlocked right now. I've personally waited years for this. I know many of you have waited years for this. Trump makes history signing first crypto bill into law. And we're going to go over what this bill is. A lot of you might be like, this isn't that big of a deal. I'm going to explain why it's such a big deal. The dominoes are now starting to fall. I just posted a little bit ago. It's becoming clear that Cardano and its tech is going to be at the center of a multi-chain, multi-trillion-dollar boom. This is going to be a video covering the news and what's going on here and what this bill is all about. But it's also going to be a Cardano video because the news itself makes me think of this chart. Many of you have been on this crypto journey with me. Many of you aren't even ADA holders, but many of you are. And my macro thesis for Cardano as a value investor has been the technology being kind of at the center because of the way it's built, at the center of the innovations in this space because of what it provides from a security perspective, from a decentralization perspective. That's the ingredients right now for Cardano. They're actually coming together. And even if you're not into Cardano, this is unlocking innovation in the crypto space. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. Let's just talk about it very briefly. Trump makes history signing first crypto bill into law. President Trump signed into law a bill that blocks the IRS from collecting tax reporting data from decentralized crypto platforms. It's the first time a crypto-specific piece of legislation has become law in the United States. The dominoes are just now going to start falling. Get used to this. Get used to this happening, everybody. The DeFi broker rule introduced in the final days of the Biden administration would have required decentralized crypto entities such as exchanges without a central governing body to comply with traditional IRS reporting. Long story short, that is incredibly burdensome and would just push innovation away from the crypto space because people don't want to deal with that. We are protecting the developers who are building the future of crypto, making clear that the United States will not cede digital leadership to China and preserving the ability of Americans to conduct transactions without government interference. Unlocking innovation in this space. And for me, as a Cardano person, this is huge. If you're not paying attention to DeFi and crypto in general, you should be. If you're not paying attention to Cardano DeFi, you should be. I texted Eric over at Indigo, a huge project on Cardano. I was like, I don't remember exactly what I said, but like, dude, this is huge. Bro, this is huge for you. Because he's building a very big DeFi project, and it's like the dominoes right now are starting to fall. So how does this all come together? Well, I don't know if you saw the news, like just happening yesterday, I guess it was, or a couple of days ago. I covered it. Paul Atkins confirmed as new SEC chair. Don't know if you saw my post on X, but here he is, Paul Atkins, on the input-output channel years ago, but Cardano's YouTube channel, basically.
Commissioner of the US Securities and Exchange Commission to discuss exactly these issues and the prospects for mainstream.
Well, thank you, Rod. It's great to be here with you today. Thank you.
There he is. There he is. I saw Daniel Friedman posting earlier, a big builder on Cardano. Congratulations to Mr. Atkins on his confirmation for SEC chair. We finally have an SEC chair that understands crypto, blockchain, and is a friend of Cardano. And he's clearly a friend of Cardano, as we kind of just saw right here. Now, let's kind of get into things a little bit. I don't know if you saw this headline the other day, Bitcoin to hit 250,000. Actually, this is from today, from CNBC. Bitcoin to hit 250,000 this year and Magnificent Seven to adopt stablecoins, Cardano founder predicts. Shout out to Charles for getting this huge headline. So I posted this earlier today, and it's basically, Charles talking about this. He's talking Bitcoin to $250,000. I've never seen him so bullish.
Kind of where we currently are. You don't think we're heading towards another crypto winter at all?
No. I think Bitcoin will be over 250,000 by the end of this year or next year.
What's going to drive that?
I don't think I've ever seen Charles talk so with just such energy towards something as saying Bitcoin's going to 250,000.
What'll happen is that the tariff stuff will be a dud, and that people will realize that the world is willing to negotiate, and it's really just U.S. versus China, and a lot of people will side with us, some people side with China. The markets will stabilize a little bit, and they'll get used to the new normal.
Get back to kind of where we currently are. You don't think we're
And I agree with that. The tariff stuff is going to end soon. People forget about it. But here's the thing. Bitcoin's flying, altcoins are going to fly. And especially the ones securely allowing Bitcoin to unlock trillions in DeFi. Remember what's happening right now. Charles Hoskinson will showcase Cardano Bitcoin integration live at the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas. That's Bitcoin. Trillions. Cardano at the center of that, unlocking Bitcoin DeFi. And it's real. It's happening. But besides that, if we want to keep going into the trillions and talking about things like real world assets, this is Cryptos Are Us, January, talking about he's also working with XRP, the administration, and Doge, right? Talking about Charles Hoskinson working with XRP. And then months later, here he is, Cryptos Are Us, basically saying, check it out, as many of you have seen recently. Ripple has posted the Cardano logo in this massive video that they just launched. And what is that? Some Ripple and Cardano partnerships are brewing. Maybe they're coming in May or this month. So Bitcoin DeFi, Ripple partnership, not to mention just crypto in general being unlocked because of the current administration that we have right now. So I don't know about you, but when I zoom out on this chart and I look back, just all that we've tracked in terms of technical analysis, like I don't even remember where all the videos were, but going into the bear market, obviously enjoying the last bull market, going into the bear market, just talking about, and me just really just tracking my own Cardano journey, crypto journey, my Cardano thesis, even in the bear market, just like wondering what's going on. And then all of a sudden recently, I don't know if you've noticed it, but like Cardano and that thesis that I've had, it really seems like it's coming together. And I think it's just a matter of time, and this isn't just for ADA, but this is for crypto in general, where we're going to get liquidity just flowing into crypto, and we're going to get a bull run. And I don't know. I mean, the upside for Cardano ADA is so massive. And I think I've been talking about some very conservative targets to the upside if we get a bull run, and I'll continue doing so. But I just want to point out, Cardano, I think, is stepping into this opportunity zone, and we can call it an innovation zone that something like Ethereum has not even had yet. And we've seen Ethereum surpass $500 billion market cap. So you can take that for what it is. But the one thing I do want to mention to you in relation to the chart is, you know, we can continue our technical analysis on the short term all day long. But I really think it's becoming, especially for me, more and more important to zoom out on the charts. And it's becoming more and more important for me to really implement and remember the macro long-term plan. Because when I zoom out on the chart, it's very clear to me, the plan. So on the short term, if we want to look at things, it's still a move to the 200-week moving average. We start talking bull market, 73 cents for ADA right now. I'm not saying the bull market is triggered at that moment, but then we can at least start talking about it. And so on the short term, though, I want to just bring this to your attention. It could just be a grueling, and I've been saying this, bottoming out for ADA and for crypto. It looks like Fed is going to probably drag their feet a little in terms of raising rates, in terms of lowering rates. And if that's the case, I don't know how markets will react. I think markets are already starting to realize that. So they might not react bad at all. We might see crypto actually start trending up, you know, kind of getting ahead of the quantitative tightening coming to an end. It might happen sooner than later. My point is, though, I think we should remember this zoomed out chart, remember all of the compelling, just macro bullish data points that are happening right now that I just covered in this video. And there's way more. And when we go to a daily chart, just keep in mind, just because all that bullishness is there doesn't mean, you know, if we want to look at just to kind of get a visualization, it doesn't mean like we're not like right here, right? And just look at that. This is months of just choppy, sideways, absolutely brutal. So keep that in mind. This isn't even so much a technical analysis video as it is like a, you know what? Things are bullish, but please be ready. And I'm not saying this is how it will play out. It's a visualization exercise. And the reason I'm doing it is because that's what I'm doing for myself. That's what I'm doing for myself. For me, in terms of ADA, there's nothing else to do except for put that fractal on the screen, prepare for that sideways choppiness, grueling. And also, number 2 would be watch this area, the 20 to the 200. It's 74 cents to around 65 cents. If ADA can start breaking through that area, it will simultaneously be breaking through the 200-week moving average, the bottom of the bull market doors. Then we can probably start having a little bit more fun with some short-term technical analysis. But right now, it's the bigger picture for me. And I see this going very well so far for the crypto space. And it's just requiring some patience for things to really come together. So these are my thoughts, everybody. I wanted to kind of share this news with you kind of at the intersection of Cardano because I'm kind of seeing how things are really coming together. So hit the subscribe if you're out there. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.